We are back in the kitchen with Brittany Mullins of Eating Bird Food, and we have two of your most popular and delicious recipes to talk about today. The first one we're going to showcase is the apple crisp. Brittany, this smells so good. Please tell me, what is this?
Okay, so this is a healthy apple crisp, similar to an apple pie, but just really easy to make. We're using only unrefined sugar. So for the apples, we're gonna sweeten those up with a little bit of maple syrup. And the best part about this, you don't even have to peel the apples.
Ooh,
you just chop them up really nice and thin, mix those with the maple syrup, a little arrowroot, some lemon juice, and then warming spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, and then the topping. This is the best part. It has this nice crispness to it.
Yes.
And it's oats, pecans, coconut sugar, a little coconut oil, and almond flour. That's it.
I have to say, as we've been standing here, I've kind of been picking at the topping, and it is absolutely delicious.
So good.
We have dished some up that we will try at the end of this. But right now, we are going to show you one of your most viral recipes, apple Samoas. We have some done right here that you can look at. And while you're assembling them, tell us what it is and how do we do it?
Okay, so these apple Samoas are a take on my favorite Girl Scout cookie. They're the best. The Samoas are just the number one. And I love making recreations of them. In any recipe that I loved growing up as a kid, I love making the recreations. So these are just that. So we're gonna take an apple, we're gonna core it and slice it, and then top it with this mixture that's really easy to put together. It's almond butter, maple syrup, and coconut to give it that nice coconut flavor. And then just drizzle a little chocolate on top. It is so good, perfect for kids.
Yeah, sounds super easy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm gonna slice the apple. We've already cored it. And it actually, if you don't have a core, you can use a melon baller. That's what I use. It makes it really easy, and you don't have to have another gadget.
I love that. This seems like it would be great after school snack, kind of as the kids are coming home and maybe you're getting dinner ready. I know my children are starving when they get home from school. So this would be a perfect thing to kind of set up and let them help you while you're doing it.
All right, so we've got the little slices. So these are your cookies.
Yay.
And then for the topping, I'm just gonna put this together. Maybe I'll move this over a little bit. And I've got a third cup of shredded coconut. We're just gonna add that in. 3 tablespoons of almond butter. And what I love about this is it does come together so fast. So like you said, got a little ravenous kiddo waiting, and then a little bit of maple syrup. This is it.
And I love it. It seems so easy that I could bring my girls into the kitchen to do it with me.
For sure.
I have an 11-year-old and an almost 5-year-old, and they both love to help me cook, and this would be perfect to kind of get them involved and get their kind of their buy-in for it.
Yes. I feel like kids are always more willing to try something if they've helped make it.
I mean, I don't think I'd have to convince them if I showed them, you know, chocolate drizzled apples with peanut butter, almond butter, but
I agree. And you can totally use peanut butter too. So if you don't have almond butter on hand or you could use cashew butter, sun butter, whatever you have, any sort of nut butter.
Awesome. Where did the inspiration for this come from?
Mostly just from me loving Samoas, and I have a date Samoa recipe too, and people loved that one, and apples just seem like a natural fit to try. Okay, so this is the mixture. Mix it all together, and then we're just gonna put it on top of these apples. So you just press it on.
So we're just pressing those on there to kind of give it a topping.
Yes, and this gives it that like coconut, crunchy flavor or texture.
Yeah, and that apple is gonna give it that crunch. Oh, I can't wait to try it.
A little chocolate on there. And I like with the chocolate drizzle, it really does look like a Samoa cookie.
It does.
I was also thinking I could have called these like chocolate coconut donuts if I wanted. Like it looks like a little donut too. So if your kids love donuts, there you go.
It's all about the presentation, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, we've got the last one. I think I'll do the big one.
There you go.
Yeah, this is fun. Just to like get messy with food sometimes is kind of fun.
It is, and it's so easy. Quick, simple ingredients,
takes you maybe
whole foods.
15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. And you have a delicious little treat. I will say these are best if you just make them right when you're gonna enjoy them, just because the apples can turn brown and the mixture, if you put it in the fridge, it might harden up a bit, but They're really easy to just make on the spot.
Wonderful.
And now we're ready to drizzle on the chocolate, the best part. Yep, it's nice and drizzly, and I'm just gonna do these little lines.
Looks just like a Samoa.
I know. And this, I'm using Lily's chocolate chips here because they have no added sugar.
Perfect. And I would think at this point, you know, you can kind of choose how much chocolate you put on top of your apple, huh?
Exactly.
My kids might have a little more chocolate on top of theirs then.
You could load it up or do just a little light drizzle. Okay, so you could pop these in the fridge or eat them right away.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do the taste test.
I would love to. I would love to.
All right, I'm excited to hear what you think. Okay, I'm gonna try one too.
So the crunch of the apple is delicious. And the coconut, the almond butter, the chocolate, you have all of those flavors of a Samoa Girl Scout cookie. But the apple gives it such a fresh taste. Like I don't feel like I'm eating anything heavy or too sweet.
And I like the nuttiness from the almond butter too. And that will make this a more filling snack as well.
This is absolutely delicious. My kids
Yay,
would definitely.
I'm glad you like them.
They will definitely approve.
Yes.
So now we are going to taste the apple crisp.
I feel so good, I feel so free. It's a brand new week, it's a brand new me. I feel so good, I feel so free.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here, Brittany, so you can dish yours out. Yeah. Perfect. I have already dished out one for myself with some Cocoa Whip on the top, a non-dairy topping, and then we also have an option of cashew milk.
And I'm gonna try that one.
Cashew milk ice cream, I should say.
And it is so creamy. Both of these options are great options for toppings on desserts. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this.
This to me is like a healthy apple pie a la mode.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
I'm gonna let you take your first bite.
Moment of truth.
Then I'll get mine
Let's
ready.
see.
Make sure
I want to make sure I get everything in the bite. Topping, okay. Oh my gosh. That is like the best thing I've tasted in I don't know how long.
Did you get a little crunch?
Yes.
With the topping?
The crunch of the topping, the sweetness of the apples, and you said you just mixed some maple syrup?
A little bit of maple syrup, the spices, the cinnamon, the nutmeg.
They all blend together so well. Like the apples must have soaked up all the spices and everything, and then the Cocoa Whip on top to just give it that little bit of creaminess. This is absolutely delicious.
I'm so glad you like it.
I would just like to sit here and eat it the rest of the time, but we won't do that. So we have our apple crisp, which is delicious on its own, or topped like we have Cocoa Whip or cashew milk ice cream, and then also those apple Samoa cookies or donuts, however you want to describe them. They were all delicious, easy and healthy snacks that you can, curb that sweet tooth with. Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing your recipes with us and showing us how easy it is to eat healthy food.
Thank you for having me.